it's good to see so many people are already on the ball with this and being successful at it and have already begun, to go out and make money. So it's a lot of things we're gonna get into in this one, and just really touch on the many different ways that you can use this whole, wholesale system online, and the steps and the sites and the things you can do to really grow it and make a lot of money. It's a lot of people send me so many questions, and a lot of people have been waiting for this part 3. So definitely going to go into a few things and show you a couple of things of how you can begin and what you should be trying to do and what you should look out for. Now, one of the biggest questions I got, and still got, I think I just read like 4 of them, it's about DHgate. And DHgate, even if you Google it, you can see videos on YouTube about DHgate. A lot of people have questions, is it reputable? I know they sell fake Jordans. What's going on? And the whole thing is, you got to understand, DHgate is separate from a lot of these wholesalers. So basically, DHgate will be the hub. So what DHgate is a Asian company that basically, because everything's made in China, the Asians make everything. You have so many different manufacturers and wholesale places in China. So what DHgate basically did was, bring them up under one umbrella and give them a platform to sell their merchandise wholesale. So DHgate is definitely good. You can use them. They rate their wholesalers and they rate their people. And I'm going to go into that and show you guys what I mean by rate them. And even when you go onto the sites and you get ready to purchase wholesale items, you'll see there's a rating for the people, as well as, percentage, or, the people who are happy with this wholesaler, or what have you. These are things you have to look for when you are researching these wholesalers and what you want to look for when you buy merchandise. So DHgate basically gets these guys together, or they basically buy in, and they basically come to DHgate with their products, and it's all kinds of stuff. So DHgate, for the most part, because they're getting paid, they let these guys go ahead and work. But if they get a bad rating, they get dropped. And, they also themselves buy merchandise. And, they have their own little system going on to where they make money. As I explained to you guys before, how I have basically a wholesale contract with them to buy bulk from many different wholesalers. So what you have to be aware of is not so much DHgate itself. They're fine, they're cool, completely legit. It's the wholesale company that you get your products from, that you really want to pay attention to and look at their rating and make sure they're reputable. And the case with that is, you want to make sure, you guys may do well. You may start buying wholesale and do very good right off the bat. And you want to make sure that the people you're getting your wholesale products from is reputable, that they're a good supplier, that they're going to have the supplies. You don't want to just, get a bunch of wholesale products and you sell and you're doing good and you need more, and, the wholesaler doesn't have anything, or they keep switching up. So you want to make sure that if you're successful with one product, that you can keep getting it from that wholesaler at that price and you can keep making money. So, I went through this with PlayStation 4 controllers, because it's a really good deal, as I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. Really good deal on those, and you can make a lot of money off the controllers and off of video games. So we're gonna touch on that as well. You guys got to really pay attention to a lot of the brands and make sure that if you're buying a brand, that wholesaler is licensed to actually sell that brand, and that it's cool to sell that brand. And believe it or not, most of them are, because they are paying a cut for that brand. And again, the products on there, for the most part, completely legit, 100% fine. And you'll notice that when you look at the rating of the wholesaler, everything is cool, everything is good with them, you can buy from them. But again, they do have bootleg stuff. The Jordans I have mentioned, that some people do buy from there. I mean, if you are a Jordan head like me, you can look at them and do a comparison. And, to the untrained eye, you can't really tell the difference. But to people who know, who buy sneakers like that, you can see the difference. And, $50 for some Jordans, nah. But, some people don't care. They'll buy them. And a lot of people buy from there. And you actually have people who have tutorials online about buying jorts from DHgate. You can look that up on YouTube as well. So you'll probably see on YouTube a lot of people getting into DHgate and talking about it. But that's what you need to really understand about that company, is that they are fine and you don't have to worry about them. You just have to really pay attention to the ratings of the wholesalers. And I'm going to go through that with you guys and show you. Now, it's not just DHgate. You guys can use eBay. You can use Amazon. And it's a lot of companies out there that sell wholesale or sell bulk items. And a lot of them do it for a long time, and a lot of them do it till the supplies run out. So keep that in mind for a lot of places that you won't always be able to get the same supplies from specific manufacturers or specific wholesalers, I should say. But a lot of them will have continued supplies, and they'll be able to supply you for as long as you need to. So that's one of the things you want to make sure. Now, if you do well, and I recommend that you test it out first when you get into this whole thing and you start selling and you see you're doing well, you really want to get in contact with the wholesaler, if you're successful, and let them know, hey, I sold everything I just bought from you. It's selling well. Will you be able to continue to supply me and open up, a good channel of communication with these wholesalers? And they're cool for the most part. I have a couple friends down I talk to. I get emails from, and I get little hits on products and updates on products that is going to be coming up for wholesale way ahead of time. And because you buying from these people, they will give you a better deal than you'll get off the site. So it's good to get in there. I mean, it's just, this is business, people. This is how it's done. And we are not being told about this. And this is one of the reasons why I'm putting out this series, so you guys can understand what these people are doing as to how these corporations and a lot of these companies are getting their money and their merchandise, and how they're able to do what they are doing, especially us African Americans. Not trying to make it too much of a race thing, but that's just the truth. We all know that. Let's not sugarcoat it. White man making a lot of money. So this is how they're doing it. And the Asians, of course, as well. And you go in the black community, you see these stores all over the place. And as I said, they have a whole entire discount store full of merchandise. And they're killing. You go in there and shop all day long. And there's no reason why you yourselves should not have one of those stores and be selling in your neighborhood and making the money. And it's very easy to do when you know where to get the products from. If you come across the money, go ahead and do it. And that'd be the problem. For a lot of us, if we get our hands on $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000, you're going to ball out. A lot of people's not going to take that money and go invest it in something like wholesale business or a company to go ahead and make sure they keep that money in their family forever, for a long time. So when you can get your hands on that kind of money and get the place to go ahead and start, selling these products, and you'll be amazed of what you can do. And you can put these stores wherever you can afford the rent, or if you have a building yourself. And it's a few people who I've talked to, have sent me emails, who just had the space and was able to warehouse and do a lot of this stuff. So again, the system hide this stuff from us. And we know, as I talked about, generational wealth begins with mom and dad. It's a lot of you guys, couples out there, as I said, really proud of you guys who said, we're coming together. You got 2 incomes. You got 2 income tax checks. You have 2 people, 2 minds that can come together and make this work. Plain and simple. Don't be in competition with your significant other, wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, what have you. Really think about what you can accomplish coming together, and not just selling in wholesale. Get into a lot of different things, which we'll touch on, towards the end of the DVD. It's a lot of different things you can get into together as a couple if you work together like that. If you click like that, if you enjoy each other's company, which you should if you're together. So it's a lot of things you can get into to come together and screw all the bullshit, begin building wealth. Starts with mom and dad. You'll have something to pass down to your children, when that time comes. So for the people who is making sure they are going to be able to do that and put themselves in a position to do that, I applaud you guys, because this is exactly what I did, on my lonesome. So it's not tough. It's not hard. It's just, again, as I talked about in the first part, getting that whole system down pat and getting your mind right and everything together to make sure you're stable enough to do something like this. Not everybody's going to be able to do this, but it's good to be able to have that information at the ready, because the stuff ain't going nowhere. The internet is the future. You get in there now on the ground floor before everything changed, which it might because of net neutrality ending. Beware of that. And we'll see. We'll see. So what you'll find, and I recommend you do this once you do start getting into this whole business venture, completely change your internet and cable system to business. Make sure you do that. Because when you do that, it's almost like a pass that you get. And, not only that, you get offers and you get more things sent to you to help you out business wise when you change to a business account with Comcast or Cox or whatever cable, Time Warner or Spectrum, whatever you're using. So make sure you do that business account if you're going to be getting into business, because you want your internet speeds to be blazing and everything to be fast to help you as your business grow, but to also get those offers in for many different things that can help you down the line. Get into this stuff. Get out there, sell, promote, make money. So this stuff is out here for you to do that. And it's not just for one group of people. It's for everybody. Economically, we have been stuck. We're running in a circle, and we have not grown in so long as far as business. And now, just more than ever, what the internet making it more easier for you to not have to really deal with customers, one-on-one, and manufacturers and wholesalers one-on-one, really, to where you can click and create an entire business and make crazy money. 46,000 in the last 30 days I made off of just one income. A total that I made already in 1 month, I made over $89,000 in the last 30 days. So it's crazy. It's big business when you really put everything to work for you. And I started from my computer, which you're about to see in a little bit. That's how I started. And having a mindset, putting together that plan, and having all that contingency I talked about in part 1 in place, and understanding how business is being done online, what people are looking for, how to use social media and the resources out there to make the business boom and grow, which I'm going to show you guys what you can do in this video. And it's right there for you. All you got to do is go get it. It's just that simple. And it's really going to come down to, because you have so many people advertising online. You see on Facebook, you see on Instagram, going up and down the timeline, going up and down the Instagram feed. A lot of people advertising so many different things, and there's no reason why your ad can't be there as well. And you play that numbers game, and you don't pass up on the value of friends and family, word of mouth, and people who know you, just spreading the word, especially when you have your website, your business set up so professionally, which we're going to get into that. I'm going to show you guys as well how you can do that online. And just even if you do decide to open up a store, it's easy to do. Make it right, make it legit, have your stuff professionally done, and it really don't take as much money as people think. And it's something that you could work to, especially if it's two of you. If you have a girlfriend or a wife or what have you, you can save. And this is what I want to press upon a lot of people, because, it's March now, beginning of the year still, almost the end of the first quarter. So a lot of people, when I was talking about this in January, a lot of people, you may at that point, even still now watching this, some of you may feel like this is something you can't do right at this moment. But you have to weigh that with where you will be at next year at this time. Now, where are you going to be at next year at this time if you start saving money now to do something like this? You start putting away money, you start working a little bit harder, saving, sacrificing. Fuck the club, fuck all the bullshit that you might be doing and spending a lot of money on. Chill for just this 1 year. Put money to the side. You should focus, meditate on that, dwell on that. This year, I'm going to play a game. How much money can I save? I've done this. I'm bullshit you not. It's fun when you see what you can sacrifice and do. It's a game. Okay, I'm going to grab this, but you know what? I'm not going to grab that. I'm going to chill this week. I'm not going to get that. And you sacrifice. You're not going to grow without sacrifice, especially if you're coming from a state of poverty. And if you're in a low position right now and you just, paycheck to paycheck, you got to sacrifice on certain things for a little bit. And if you can do that for this year, and then next year come around, you get income tax money for those who do get it. It's a big boost, plus your savings, as I talked about in part 1. and you can go ahead and get into this wholesale game, and maybe even bring somebody in with you who is willing to do the same thing. And again, what I'm going to show you, this is very valuable information. Like, I had a few people say, you crazy, for selling this so cheap. Listen, this is what I'm going to show you in this one, part 3. That's why I said, this one's going to be the one. We're going to get into it. Real easy, quick steps. We're going to go through a couple of sites and show you guys what you can do. And you can branch off from there, and there's more information out there. But this is just, stuff that's going to really help you guys out a lot when you see this. So we're going to get into this. And I want you guys to really think about, if you can't right now, saving, putting that money to the side. And by next year, buying bulk wholesale and starting that business and being able to, generate good money, versus this time coming around next year, you didn't save no money where you at. And, you really have to plan that out and make sure you're going to be able to do that and stay true to it. Do not cheat yourself. We cheat ourselves too much. Don't bullshit yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Save the money, put it away. Keep that mind focused that next year I'm going to do this, or at some point this year I'm going to do this. I just have to do this first. Stick to it. If you don't, nobody's going to do it for you, and you're going to look back with regret. So one thing I hate is regret. Knowing you should have did something, but you didn't. Knowing you shouldn't have did something, but you did. And regret is just the worst thing, and regret really happens from people not planning and not really thinking things through. Don't be one of those people who have regret. It's just tough things. Just really brings down your energy. So in getting into this information and seeing what's out there and what's possible as far as wholesale, what you can grab, what you can buy, and what the prices may be, we're gonna jump into that real quick so you can see. And again, for the people with questions with DHgate, still more research out there for you to get on your own. Talked about it briefly, but it's a lot of really good opportunities for wholesale and buying things. I mean, you can buy as little as one. When I was talking about those controllers, you can buy just one for a really good price. I'm gonna show you that right now. But just really be diligent. Go out there, look around. There's so many different wholesale places out there that you have absolutely no clue about. It's a lot of them that do wholesale, some cheaper than others, some more than others. And a lot of them are really reputable, good, high quality stuff that people are looking for, because more than ever now, people want to, from their phone, shop easy. So let's get into this. Okay, so let's get into this. First thing, I want to show you guys exactly some of the things that you can get from a site like DHgate. And I got into about what you should look for on this site, and I'm about to show you guys exactly stuff that they offer, what you can get, and how you can begin to build your website and make it, exactly what you want to sell and what you want to offer to your customers. So there's so many different things you can buy from various wholesale places and different ways to set up these markets. But let's take a look here. Now check this out right here. You see, clear as day. You have wireless Bluetooth PS4 controllers. They have the wholesale price here between $33.17 and $37. We know, anybody who plays PlayStation, you understand how much these cost. These controllers are about $60. If you actually go to the site here, you can see on GameStop, they're selling these controllers for $64.99. You can see what they cost. So that's a quick come up for you guys right there. $64.99. For these controllers. And just think about it. If you have the money to go ahead and get bulk, and you get a lot of these controllers and have them on your website, the profit you can make is good. It's a good profit that you can get off of selling these controllers. It's bundles you can offer and things like that. So one of the things you want to look for when you go on these sites and you click on, this wholesaler here, this is what you want to see over here. It says sold by, and you see this T here. The T means it's a top merchant. And there's another mark you'll see where it says premium merchant. If you don't see this, and look down here, you see positive feedback, you see 97%. This is a good place because you want to make sure that you're buying from good wholesalers. So you see one is 37. Even still, if you wanted to buy one, excuse me. If you wanted to buy one, you can see it's only $37. Still cheaper than GameStop. You want to buy 31 or more, you can get them for $33. I mean, it's a good come up. and all kinds of logos and colors you can get. And the more you buy, it's a good profit that you can make just from selling controllers and everything like that. And excuse the camera if you hear the autofocus and clicking and everything like that. Try to edit it out. But it's a lot of different things that you can get and buy on this site. As you can see here, you have the charging mounts here, $6.54. They have these mini HDMI consoles. I believe they're about $100 and something right now. A lot of people are buying them with all the Nintendo games on it. You have so many things here, even older controllers, the Super Nintendo. It's a lot of different things you can get if you want to just be in the electronics category as far as selling on your website. Now, you can also go wholesale and just get baby gear, children stuff. You see here, look at these little hats. $2 to $3.20. You can really rack up on these items. These newborn crochet hats, beautiful stuff, $1.64. This stuff sells for like $9.99, $15. A lot of things that you can have on your site, you can get wholesale. So many different things here. And you can go on, when you guys have time, go on the site and check it out. As I said, you want to really make sure that you're getting from wholesalers that's real wholesalers. And again, DHgate is just basically like the hub for wholesalers, where they basically bring in a lot of different wholesalers to basically go through them to sell their merchandise. And sometimes they get a bunch of bobos and bullshitters, and sometimes they get real reputable people, and that's why they have these grading systems, premium and really good retailers. And you want to make sure these wholesalers is good merchants, and that they're going to be around for a long time. You don't want to be in business and you're doing well and your products are selling and you need more and you can't get it because the supplier, the wholesaler, is not legit or runs out. So these guys are legit, and they have the money, they have the resources to keep giving you product and to keep you in stock and make sure that you're doing well and you have what you need when it comes time to sell. Now we can go ahead and take a look at boys. They have a gender over here. You can just click on boys stuff, see what they have for boys hats. We can see they got knit hats here. You have other kid accessories and backpacks and things of that nature that you can find on this site. This is good quality stuff. Again, all you have to do is make sure that the manufacturer is trusted and that they have those stamps there, and you'll be good to go. All kinds of nice stuff here that you can buy. A lot of people underestimate how much people spend on their children. It's a lot of money people spend on kids, and there's a lot of people having kids. So the market is always ongoing for baby stuff. Your site can just, specialize, specifically in baby clothes. You can have just electronics. You can have cosmetics, makeup, or what have you. So many different things. You just got to make sure that you get from the right manufacturer and the right wholesaler, and make sure everything is legit, everything is cool. Yes, DHgate does have manufacturers that sell fake Jordans, fake Nikes and stuff like that, but you won't be the person that's selling that stuff, of course. And just be aware of the wholesaler, again, that you're getting your stuff from, and make sure they are reputable and have a good rating, and look them up. If the rating is well on DHgate, then you can trust it. I buy from a lot of these guys, and these guys are trusted. The products are good products. Everything is legit. They have the licensing. Everything is intact. You don't got to deal with none of that stuff and trying to go through all these people to get what you want to sell. You can go straight, to the wholesaler who's done all the legwork and paperwork for you. You just buy from him, and boom, you start off with your business and you start making money. So now I talked about in part 2 the importance of understanding fulfillment companies and who's out there and who will take your merchandise and basically fulfill it for you, distribute it, handle all the shipping and customer service and everything like that. Talked about Amazon fulfillment that does it, and other places as well that will handle all the product that you buy. A lot of people, they don't want to have so much inventory in their house, or they don't have place to store so much inventory. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll get storage lockers and they'll pack those things, And when it's a problem or an issue, sometimes they end up losing a locker, and then, people buy them and come up off of the merchandise that they have in these storage lockers. So, make sure, again, you are following step 1. And the first DVD where I talked about how you want to make sure that, you have these things in place, as far as making sure that you have your contingency. You got your 3 months rent saved already, just in case you have a savings. Your mindset is just clean and clear, and you're comfortable, and you're able to actually go ahead and, and do this, because you don't want to be trying to do this. This is something you have to go in all in. You have to make sure you have the working capital, the money there to go ahead and buy enough merchandise, and that you calculate everything right to where you're making a good profit. You don't want to be doing this work and not coming up. You want to make sure you're making a lot of money, and that you're buying enough to make a lot of money. Some of these products can be pennies, dollars, tens, 20s, 30s, even over $100 for certain things. And you want to think about the amount that you are trying to sell. I mean, even if you can buy some of the, $100 products or what have you, that's you can get a lot of them if you got that kind of money. Fine. The return on your money, of course, is going to be larger. The more money you spend, the return is, of course, bigger. So, keeping that in mind. Also, the more stuff you buy, the return will be bigger. So, of course, if you're going to be using somebody like Amazon Fulfillment and sending your merchandise to them, you don't want to start out sending them, 100 items, even though you can. I don't think they have a minimum. Some of these fulfillment companies do have a minimum that they want you to send to them. They don't want you sending them 10 items, and if it's 10 items, it better be 10 big items. And, a lot of people have a lot of different rules and stipulations that you'll go through as far as when you're ready to handle fulfillment. But just know that they're there for you to go ahead and get your merchandise to them and start that process. So, we're going to get into basically, okay, so that's ready. So we're going to get into basically, once you get your merchandise, you have it with Amazon Fulfillment. I mean, even before you send it there, you want to make sure that, one, you know exactly what you bought. You know what you got. You know how much you have, the quantity, what have you. All your numbers and everything is adding up. Then you want to go ahead and begin to set up your website and get your website together. Now you have Wix, and I'm going to give you guys a quick example on Wix of how you can basically set up and what you can do to just get your stuff out there and to start to, let people know that you're selling stuff. So let's get into this. So now, here with Wix, you can really go on here and begin to design your site. You see, it says here, what kind of website do you want to create? Let's just go for online store for now. And you can let Wix ADI create a website for you, or you can create your own website and use a template or what have you, drag and drop type features. But let's go to ADI right now. Try this out. It's going to ask you what kind of website you want to create. Let's just type in electronics, consumer, online electronics store. Online consumer, electronics store. And let's hit next. Now it says, does your website need any of the following features? Take bookings and appointment? No. Get subscribers, create a blog. I mean, you can check these and uncheck them later on if you want to. Let's just call this tech shop. Skip the location for now. You can add a social media link if you want, address, anything like that. I'm just creating all this stuff for, the video, show you guys. So this thing will go ahead and create electronic page for us. We can, choose a type of style. I will choose evolution. And create my web page and let it do what it do. Let's see how long it takes. I have a pretty good connection, so it shouldn't take too long here. Boom.